Morning, y'all. Okay, so we're getting through another week, thank God. But pinball here as usual. And this morning I'm going to talk about a very important prep that I guarantee none of us have enough of. The problem is we can't get any more of it. There's the biggest rub. You see, time is going to be the most critical thing that you're going to have as a prepper, because you're gonna have a million things to do. Nothing is going to be as easy as it is in the regular real world. Okay, we've all done this cooking challenge online here this week, and took me half an hour between, well, probably even more than that, 40 minutes between digging a hole, getting a fire going, and cooking an egg and some sausage, okay? Where in regular times in the kitchen, I could do that in 5 minutes. Turn on the stove, heat up some egg, heat up some grease, crack an egg, throw some sausage in there, poof, I've got breakfast. I'm eating in 10 minutes, no big deal. So time is something that you really have to think about, how you're going to manage your day, how you're going to get everything done significantly less efficiently. Okay, and if you think of a lot of things, let's talk, it's a grid down situation. Your power tools are useless. Okay, so now you're doing everything with no nail guns, it's a hammer. No chop saw, you're using a hand saw. No drill, you're using a hand drill, if you've even got one. I hope you do. But you're going to have to do a lot of things manually, which means you're not going to be able to do them efficiently. All right. Industrial revolution, things got more efficient. That's how the country grew. If we wind up going back to the way the things were in the 1800s, you need to not only have the skills, but you need to be able to manage your time. So let's kind of break down the day real quick. All right. And let's just say you're a mag of 6 people. Okay. We'll just hypothetical put this out here. Well, every one of those 6 people's got to sleep. And every one of those 6 people is going to have to pull guard duty of some sort. Okay. So that means you got 6 people, 24 hours in a day. Each person's going to have to pull 4 hours worth of guard duty a day. I'd suggest doing it 2 shifts of 2. Okay, don't stick some guy on the midnight to 4 a.m. shift. That's not conducive to getting anything done. So, do it on a rolling 12-hour shift. Maybe you do 6 to 8 in the morning and 6 to 8 in the evening, or noon to 2 and midnight to 2, or whatever would be. So you've got to plan that out. So there's 4 hours right there that's killed from every individual's day. Person also needs to sleep on the other side. So you're going to be sleeping when you're not doing guard duty. Okay. The days of 8 or 9 hours sleep, guys, gone. Okay. You better get used to being able to operate on 6 hours sleep. And what I would really suggest is start training yourself to operate on that, okay? Because here's the deal. Daylight hours are going to be very precious to you in a grid down situation, because you're not going to be able to get as much done, if anything done, in the dark. I mean, yeah, obviously you're going to be doing guard duty. But during the day, outside of those 6 hours of sleeping and 4 hours of guard duty, all right, you've got 14 hours left in your individual day. Well, you better start getting used to getting up at 4:35 in the morning, because when that sun's up, that's work time, okay? And you work until that sun goes down, all right? You will be getting up, crack of dawn. Maybe if you're up before the rooster crows, you'll eat breakfast, okay? If you're getting up, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, the sun's up, you're getting up, getting cleaned up, and out the door you go, because you've got to do numerous things. You've got to tend that garden, okay? It's not like you put seeds in the ground and they just miraculously grow, okay? You got to water the garden. You've got to weed the garden. Eventually, if you did everything well, you got to harvest the garden. That's all going to take time. You've got to hunt, fish, trap, whatever it's going to be. That's going to take time. And I'm actually going to do a video here soon on a way to save a lot of time, at least with your fishing and trapping, because, you know, you're sitting out on the shoreline with the fishing pole, just casting away and, you know, oh, gee, if I catch something wonderful. Those days are gone. Right now it's cast away, crap, I got to catch something because otherwise we don't eat tonight. All right, this is going to happen. Sure, we got all our preps. You got a year's worth of food. You got 2 years worth of food. Okay, what happens at 366 days when you're out of food? All right, somehow you're going to be able to need to eat. Okay, so, you know, you're not just going to be lazily wasting the day away fishing. If you've ever gardened on any sort of large scale, it's not something you go out and handle in 15 minutes, okay? It's something that you're going to spend a couple of hours a day on, taking care of, like I said, the watering, the weeding. You've got insect issues, whatever, you're going to have to do this, all right? And again, if you've got insect issues or something, there's not going to be a hardware store to go, oh, I'm going to go get myself some bug spray and spray everything down. No, if all of a sudden you've got caterpillar worms on your tomatoes or caterpillars on your tomatoes, you're going to have to go out and literally pick them off hand by hand, okay? So this takes time. Your hygiene, obviously, that's going to take time. It's not as easy as hopping in the shower, brushing your teeth, and going. You may have to carry water to a water bucket or whatever to take a shower or a bath of some sort. Hygiene, of course, is very important because if you're not clean, you're going to get sick, all right? So, you know, there's something else that comes out. Time in your day. What about any repairs that need to be done, okay? You know, if the generator's not working or your ATV or whatever you're using as some sort of transportation is not working, you're going to have to do that. Okay. What about your weapons maintenance? That's going to be have to be taken care of. Cutting firewood. Okay. If you've got a chainsaw, that's wonderful. If you run out of gas, guess how you're cutting firewood? You got your axe out there and you're chopping down trees. And well, most of us are not Paul Bunyan, me included. You know, I'm not going for some 12-inch round tree. So you're going to be cutting a lot more smaller trees, which of course burn a lot faster. So you need a lot more. Hence, that means more time. So, you know, think of all these things. You know, you're going to get up in the morning and, okay, it's, let's just say 4:30 in the morning. You get up, you get dressed, you get cleaned up, whatever it is, to throw some water on your face at least to wake up. You get ready to have some breakfast or something. So it's 4:45. So now you're going to fry up your egg. You're going to make a little bit of coffee or whatever. Maybe somebody else is doing that for you. Hopefully in your mag, somebody else is doing the cooking. That's their responsibility. But okay, so you go out, you pull some weeds or whatever, you come in at 6 o'clock, you get your cup of coffee, you eat some eggs or whatever, 6:30, you're done, you're back out in the garden. Okay, takes you an hour and a half. It's now 8 o'clock in the morning, the garden's weeded, the garden's watered. All right, now you got to go and cut some firewood. So you're doing this in the morning because it's not so hot out. So, you know, from 8 to 10, you're cutting firewood. Okay, but now is also the best time to go fishing, you know, in the morning. So, you know, one day maybe you're fishing, one day maybe you're cutting firewood or whatever. But sort of the other day you go spend a couple hours doing that. So there's 10 to 12. All right, now you got to get some food in your belly. That's 12 to 12:30. Great. Now you need to get back because the door's off the hinges or whatever would be. You know, there's some sort of maintenance that has to get done. Well, you spend 3 hours doing that. And that's 12 to 3. You know, now what else is going to be done? Oh, well, you know, while you were doing that, somebody else caught a couple of squirrels and you got to skin those things. Okay, so now you go skin the squirrels and you've got to put those up. Well, all right, that's 3 to 4 and you've got that done. You know, God forbid somebody, you know, God forbid, you know, hopefully, you know, maybe you got a deer and you've got to process the deer. You can see how the day is going to get by you like nothing, and you're going to be exhausted at the end of the day. And then when you're exhausted, you still can only sleep 6 hours because the whole day's got to go again tomorrow. Okay. So the one thing I'm telling everybody here, put it down on paper. All right. Some sort of schedule to follow, and have some sort of list of duties that everybody in your family, your mag, whatever, is going to be doing, what they're going to be responsible for. If, let's say, the kids are going to be responsible for all the weeding, okay, you need to get them trained to do it now, not wait till an SHTF situation happens and say, oh, kids, you need to weed. And the kids are going, okay, which are, Dad, which are weeds, which are plants, blah, blah, because when you get little seedlings and they're this big, you don't want the kids pulling all the seedlings out, and now you get nothing anyway. So you need to train them to do it. You also need to get them on board on getting up early. I mean, God knows if you got teenagers, they're probably sleeping until 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. You want to not survive in a grid down situation, sleep till 10 o'clock in the morning, okay? Time is the one prep that we don't have enough of and we can't get more of. So you need to use it as efficiently as possible. It's just like any other prep you got. You got your food, okay, and you've all figured out how many calories you need to eat a day or whatever, so you can use your food the most efficiently. So you don't eat all the good stuff at the beginning, and then, 6 months in, you realize, oh my God, all we have left is beans and rice, and that's all we can eat. You'd already figured out how to use your food efficiently. Put it down on paper. Figure out how to use your time efficiently. That's going to be crucial to your survival. Pinball out.